sell anything, I'm sorry. And then we had this other guy. He's in a little styrofoam, made up little paddle that looks like he made it. He was selling pearls. And he saw us come in, and he's coming, and quickly, he said, Mom, pearls, 100, 300. And I said, no, thank you. And so what I did is, he was offering me something for 100 pesos. I said, no, thank you. And I said, come on, Mom. And I said, you know what? I don't really want it, so I'm not going to buy it. And said, come on, Mom. And I said, okay, here's 100 pesos. Thank you. And he's like, he looks at the two guys, because I was the only one in the boat. I don't like swimming. And he looks at me, he looks at the guy, and he's like, I say, please take it. Take it. And I give it to him. Then later on, and everybody comes back into the boat. That kid did not, he would not give up. He comes back. Okay, there's people on the boat. He comes back. And then he starts offering to Pedorente all these pearls again. And they start negotiating. And you know, they bought some pearls, they bought some stuff. Then he leaves, and then Pedro realized, okay, I gotta get a little more pasaluno. Hey, come back. He come back, and you know what he did? He didn't have any bracelets. And then he says, I can make you the bracelet. He had no tools. And guess what he did? He was using his teeth. Open the pearls, you know, just enough length, and measuring it. That is leadership. That's initiative. So I'm going to ask you today, all of you, even if you don't have a vision board, I want you for a moment to suspend your belief of what is not possible to turn it into a possible. How many of you would love to learn what the mind does to the body? Would you like to learn that?
Yeah.
Would you like to find a way, the easy way or the easy way? Stand up for a second. I learned this thing on one of my trainings. Because remember what I said, what I did not see here is personal growth. So you need the personal growth, and you need to believe. And I'm going to show you the power that you have within you right now. I want you to raise your right hand. That's your right? Where's your left? Okay, but just keep your right hand. Can you turn to the left? So now you know where your left is. Well, first I'm teaching you where your left is, okay? So that some of us don't even know where our left is. Okay? So now, come back. Put your hand down. And I'm going to ask you, all of you, please, pretty please, remember Mahakita. I'd like you to raise your right hand. And I want you to turn to the left. Remember your left. That's the only thing that you need to remember today. I want you to look what point that you have. Focus on a dot or something. Whatever you are, just see where you landed. Okay? Now I want you to put your hand down. Now I want you to close your eyes. Please trust me. Mahal kita, I'm your friend. Close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to only imagine. Imagine is easy. We can all imagine. I want you to imagine that you raise your right hand and you turn to the left, but don't do it, okay? So you want to raise, in your mind's eyes, I want you to see yourself raising your right arm. Don't do it, please. I see a bunch of people do it. I see you guys are not great listeners. Okay, I just want you to close your eyes, keep your hands down, and I want you to imagine yourself lifting your right hand. Now, as you see yourself raising your right hand, just seeing yourself in. Remember, I want you do not raise your hand. Only in your mind's eyes. Only in your mind's eyes. I want you to imagine that you're turning to the left. Just imagine it. Do not do it. Imagine that you're turning to the left. Did you do that already? Now, open your. Now, what I'd like you to do is raise your hand. Now, we're all going to raise our hand. And I'd like you to turn to the left. How far did you go? Did you go farther? How many of you went farther? Raise your hand if you went farther. Absolutely. That is the power of your mind. So if you can only take the time to imagine yourself doing something, imagining yourself being a leader, imagining yourself reaching all these things here, you will be able to do it. Why is that important? Because a lot of time we do not believe in ourselves because we have been pre-programmed. Who programmed us? Our ancestors, our grandmothers, our friends, our family members. Everybody programmed us. And that's why you need to guard. Your leader guards their mind. Because you know what? You think that your friends love you when you're succeeding. It's a lie. They don't like it. They go, how nice that you're getting a new car. How nice that you're getting this. But this is not, they don't get it. They go like, so you see, that power to you has to be kept. Don't, sometimes don't even tell people what you're doing because they don't have the best interest for you. So set your goals and be a leader. Know what you wanted. Yesterday, James was talking about RPM. So you can sit down now because I'm going to talk about leadership and RPM. Remember outcome. In another word, these are the results that you're after. And it's ask a question to yourself. For those of you who did your vision board, and even those who haven't, I want you to ask a question. Okay. Why do I want this new car? Why? And give yourself reasons for it. And if you do not have enough reasons for that, then it's really not that important, right? Then you go to the next thing and ask yourself, well, why do I want this? Why do I want 20 dinners a month? Why do I want 30 dinners a month? James and I, to this day, I still book dinners. I don't go and cook. I do a lot of cooking classes. I don't need to do that. And I don't need to work, honestly. But my husband loves to be cooking. We don't need to cook. In fact, I'm going to share something with you. My husband just retired a business. He was making over $500,000 with corporate Saladmaster. He would go, what? Why is he crazy to do that? Because there comes a point in life that money isn't everything. Our time here on this earth is limited. So while you have your youth, be everything that you can be. Share the love, share the wealth, share your knowledge, because there are more ways of contributing in this world than just money. A lot of times people think that, oh, well, if I give $10 or if I give $100 or if I do this, I'm contributing. If I do my tithing, I'm contributing. That's not it. There's other ways that you can contribute your talent. If you're really great at cooking, share it with other people. Lead everyone in the field. And even if you don't have anybody, lead. So many people get stuck up on like, well, I have to sell someone in order for them to join the business. I'm going to share with you just a little snippet of my story. When I first started in Saladmaster, I didn't have a car. I didn't have any money. I had taken a second mortgage on my home for 13%, hoping that I would get a better job. And I didn't. And so instead, I joined Saladmaster and I created my own future. So yesterday we were talking once again, RPM, these are all the results. Ask questions to that. Is it true? Is that really what I want? Because once you get this gadget, then you're dissatisfied. want another gadget. Happiness is not on material things. Happiness is on personal growth. Happiness is on becoming a better version of you. That's where the happiness lies. Because you can receive all of these material things and you will not be fulfilled. That is the highest form of failure. Because you can have everything in the world and you're still not happy. I know a lot of people that have a lot of wealth and they're not happy. They complain freaking every day. And I think if you only took the time to be grateful for the little things that you have, for the moments that you spend with your granddaughter, for the moments that you went with your new recruit and you helped them go salad cutting and you taught them a new skill. That feels amazing, doesn't it? When you go and help someone sell a set, does that make you feel good? Or when you took the time to train them and they did a solo show, how did you feel? You feel great because they're a reflection of you. You see, I always say that our children are an improvement of ourselves. And you gotta see all of your consultants, you, dealers, I'm speaking to you, all of your consultants need to be a better version of you. Never get mad because your children or because your consultants or because your promoted dealers are better than you. I expected for them to be better than us. That's why I'm grateful to Bedoyan Thing that they became better than us. Doesn't matter how long these guys were hungry. They had a purpose. They had leadership. They never leave anyone behind. And just like Bedoyan Thing, AC TriStar, you know, in Happy Cooking, we reach master dealer every single year with just a handful of people, not even 12 people. Our concern in Happy Cooking for 5 years, 10 years, that's the type of people that you want, committed people. But how can they commit to you if you're not committed to the business, if you're wishy-washy, if you're like a fish out of the water, flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop everywhere. You have to be centered, you have to be grounded, and you gotta be committed. So that's the only way a leader fixes things. A leader finds a way. Just like that little boy, he was probably 12 years old. He's a leader. And sometimes, you know, we don't notice the little things because of the noise that's going around. You know, sometimes some of these things are noise. They're noise. But find the strength within you to really find what will make you happy. It's not the next purse. Did you know that the first 5 years in our business we did not buy a thing? But did you know what we bought? We bought courses. In our dealership, we take time to do personal development. We sit in a boardroom and we have done The Greatest Salesman in the World, which is one of my favorite books in the world. We have done Personal Power. We have done The Trust Edge. We have done Who Moved My Cheese. We do that and we discuss it and how does this apply to you? How does this apply to your business? That's leadership because you're teaching them a skill or something that they were not into before. Just like we do about Bible study, we can do a book study. You need to buy books on sales. You need to buy books on personal development. You ask me how many books we own, and not only we own just to impress our friends that we have a bunch of books and tapes and VHS. No, we buy them because we listen to them over and over and we apply them. Many times you'll buy a book, you have put it in, you open it up, and then it's on the shelf. Why? Is that a leader? Is that leadership? No. You have to take the essence of the book and apply it right away. Because if you apply it right away, you will internalize it in your body. How many people here, you know, every time we always are quoting things that helped us along the way in the scriptures. And one of the things that helped me in the scriptures to get rid of the negative beliefs is as a man or woman thinks in his or her heart, he becomes. Leaders cannot have the time to be thinking negative. Leaders don't point the finger. Leaders don't call the consultant and say, hey, how many shows you have this week? No, a leader will say, hey, Mary Grace, I have 5 shows booked this week. Do you want to come along with me? Oh no, Tita Ting, I have my own. That's a leader. Leader has a full calendar. And a leader books more shows than their consultants. Why? Because I always believe in being triple booked. I wish I had my dinner show booked today. I have a dinner show booked that I never throw away. Because I always have triple, quadruple, quintuple bookings. Because my goal has always been book more dinners than I can cook. Because if I have 3 dinners and the customer will go, but you already have a show that day. And I say, but this show might or might not go. Think about this. How we book the show is, they go, oh, let me call you. And I say, no, this is like a wedding. First we schedule the date of the wedding and then we invite people. Yes or yes? Right? So never let people sell you. So a leader doesn't get sold that, oh, I don't have the time, I gotta talk to my friends first. You know what my answer was? Have you ever had anybody that said, I gotta talk to my friends first? Who has said that before? No? Oh, only that. Okay. So what happened is, when you invite somebody to a party, do they have to talk to their friends first? No. So I say, hey, this is like a birthday party. First we book the date, then we invite the people. So leaders don't take excuses. Leaders fix things. So how are you gonna fix that? It's a problem of not having enough bookings, or not having enough cooking, or things canceling. I told my audience this morning, confidence only comes from competence. If you're competent at booking dinners, if you're competent at cooking the dinner, if you're competent at recruiting, if you're competent at selling, if you're competent at prospecting, your confidence will grow. And guess what? All this stuff, because it is stuff.